Welcome back to An Archaeologist. In a recent video, I was talking about stuff you should do during your winter break. And I came to realize that some of you might not have any clue what to do during your winter break. Because maybe up until now, you didn't be able to go on family vacations. Or maybe you had a better paying regular person job. And now it's your first winter as a field archaeologist. And you're thinking, wow, I didn't earn a lot, and I certainly didn't save a lot. What the heck can I do? And some of the things I'm about to mention might seem like small things, but I know plenty of experienced archaeologists who spent their winter hanging out in their sister's basement, literally not coming up or anything, and just eating 50 canned sets of beans or whatever they cost. So I figured I'd take you along with me as I did a few of the things I do during winter to keep myself from going crazy or getting depressed or getting the winter blues. So my personal favorite thing to do during the winter, at least if the wind isn't going all crazy, is to find a nice spot. Obviously I stop and get a nice coffee, or sometimes I make it, and enjoy the view, especially during a winter like this one, which has been really surprisingly mild. It hardly feels like winter. Usually this is the sort of thing I do right when I'm laid off during the nice part of fall, if that happens, or alternatively if I don't get picked up early enough in the spring, and I'm at home during the nice part of spring. It's get outside, do something. I realize that seems like a small thing, but like I said at the beginning, you would be surprised how many people I meet. You ask them, what did you do over your winter break? And they're like, oh, I drank beer, sat on the couch and watched Netflix all winter, and they're so irritated. And these are usually the same people who are don't have the best attitudes during the field season. These are always the same people who always swear they want to get out of archaeology. But it's if you're not happy doing this job, are you gonna be happy doing any job? I mean, if there's one piece of advice I got really early in my archaeology career, especially when I was full of enthusiasm at that point. I'm not so enthusiastic now, but it's not because I don't like archaeology or love archaeology. It's mostly because the piece of advice I received is very true. Everything becomes a job after a while, and if you can't find happiness being outside and getting paid to hike around the woods, are you going to find a lot more happiness being, inside a bookstore or, doing any other sort of job? Not that I want this to turn to a jobs advice video. This is really more, like I said, this is a inexpensive things to do during your winter break video. Next thing I always recommend, especially to people who didn't save up a lot of money during the field season, which also happens more often than it should. I remember someone who working with someone who during the last project of the field season decided to buy themselves a really big flat screen TV because they actually believed that we were going to have plenty of winter work. That was also their first year, by the way, so they were easily swayed by such things. But that's not the point. The main point is that go out and get something to eat. Order out, eat out at least once a week. Don't eat out every day, by the way. Not that you'll be able to if you didn't save up a lot during the field season. But the thing is, during the field season, let's face reality. A lot of us work in places where you can't get the healthiest foods. I mean, plenty of people, if they're on a keto diet or some sort of gluten-free diet or are vegans, like bring in their own food. But let's face reality. The real reality. Most of us just eat what's around, you know. So if there's like a Jack in the Box next to the motel, that's usually what we end up eating most of the time, you know. And for lunch, we usually grab what's at the gas station. And I personally use my winter break to detox from all that and like cook. I was just cooking this week. In fact, I try to cook as much as possible. But at least once a week, I do make sure to go out and like treat myself. Best part though about going out and treating yourself once a week is that you, especially if you're an archaeologist who didn't save up a lot like I didn't during the early parts of my career, you figure out where all the good deals are. Like I remember there used to be a place down the street, a Chinese restaurant that had like deals before 3. So if you gotten there before 3, there was like this really awesome lunchtime special that was like a million times better than Panda Express. There's a bar down the street, Fat Cat, which not only they have locations here in Reno, but they also have locations in Tahoe. Not that that's relevant. But the thing is that they offer a happy hour special where it's a PBR, a draft PBR, and a burger for, I forget how much it costs, but I usually get the burger, the beer, and loaded fries. And that usually comes up to like $11 before tip, which is like, wow. You know, I'll usually do that. And best part is that they have happy hour 6 days a week. So usually I go pop in there like either Friday or Sunday and get a special then, you know, to treat myself.
So the last and most obvious thing you can do during your winter break, or at least during your first winter breaks, is go on a trip somewhere. Although, I have to admit, if you're new to archaeology, and you're at the bottom of the pay scale, and maybe you didn't think ahead, and didn't save up a lot for the winter break, you might not have a lot of money. So what I always recommend, or what I usually did, like I just did it this weekend. I mean, I had a lot more money to save up this winter, but you know, sometimes I still take the same sort of vacations I used to as when I first started. Namely, I combined an errand, in this case, a dentist appointment I had back in the Bay Area. My sister and my nephew were flying into town, and you know, the weather was nice there, so it's like, well, why not just throw all those things all at the same time and like, you know, head to the Bay Area and have a, you know, little mini vacation. I realize that may not seem as much fun as, let's say, going to Thailand or Bali or something. But, you know, you'll probably learn to save up more as field seasons go on. Anyway, I realize that was kind of a short video, but it's like, you know, if you're new to the field of field archaeology and you didn't save up a lot of money, to be brutally honest, there just aren't a lot of things you can do during your winter break that don't take a lot of money. If you have any suggestions for new field archaeologists about what they can do during their winter break, you can always leave it in the comments below. Hopefully that was somewhat useful. You know, if it was, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And, have a good day, junior archaeologist. Ha. Of course, that always happens.